Chicken and Pork Adobo. Adobo. A dish older than the country it is cooked in, older even than its own name. From the islands of the Philippines, where cooks have been taming meat with vinegar and salt for longer than anyone ever wrote down. There is no single adobo. Every family keeps its own. A little more vinegar here, a little more garlic there. What they share is patience. Meat laid down in something sour and something salty, and given the time to soften. Restaurants try to sell it back to us as something rare, but at its heart, adobo is the most humble kind of cooking. It only asks that you wait. Servings 4. 15 minutes to prepare, 1 hour to cook. Total time, 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 pound of pork belly, the skin left on. 1.5 pounds of chicken thighs. Half a cup of gluten-free tamari. Half a cup of cane vinegar. 12 cloves of garlic. 1 tablespoon of whole black peppercorns. 4 bay leaves. 1 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of canola oil. First, the pork. Cut the belly into pieces the size of 2 thumbs, the skin still on, so it turns silky in the pot. Then the chicken thighs, bone and all. Both go into one heavy pot together, waiting side by side for what comes next. Now the aromatics, 12 cloves of garlic lightly crushed, a spoon of black peppercorns, whole, never ground, 4 bay leaves, then the tamari, dark and salty, and a cup of water. Bring it all up to the gentlest simmer. Cover the pot and leave it for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, the vinegar. Half a cup of cane vinegar poured in a slow ribbon around the pot. And here is the old rule. Do not stir. Let it sit. If you stir too soon, the raw sourness rises up sharp and overwhelms the garlic. So you wait, uncovered now, for 15 minutes, while the acid softens into something round and mellow. This is the part that cannot be hurried. The liquid barely moves. Small bubbles rise and break and rise again. The kitchen fills with the smell of garlic and bay and warm vinegar. Nothing here needs your hands. It only needs time and a low, steady heat, and the patience to let the meat grow tender on its own. Now lift the pork and chicken out and set the dark braising liquid aside. Heat a spoon of oil in a wide skillet until it shimmers. Lay the meat down. Let it sear 3 minutes on each side until the edges turn deep and golden and catch at the pan. Then the liquid returns. Pour the reserved braise back over the seared meat. Let it simmer 10 minutes, folding in on itself, thickening, going glossy. The sauce reduces until it clings to every piece. Serve it hot, straight from the skillet, while the glaze still shines. History and cultural origins. Adobo is old, older than the Spanish ships. Long before there was a word for it, the first Filipinos were already cooking this way. In a hot and humid land, where meat could spoil within a day, they learned that vinegar and salt could hold the spoiling back. To cook in sour and salt was not a recipe. It was how food survived the heat. The dish had a name once, in the old tongues, but no one wrote it down in time. In 1613, a Spanish friar named Pedro de San Buenaventura tasted it. In his Tagalog dictionary, he called it simply adobo de los naturales, the adobo of the native people. The word came from the Spanish adobar, to marinate. He gave it a Spanish name. The dish was already theirs. Then came the traders. Chinese merchants brought soy sauce to the islands, toyo, dark and deeply savory. Over time, it found its way into the pot beside the vinegar. What had once been pale and sharp grew darker, richer, rounder. The adobo we know now carries both stories in one sauce, the sour of the old islands and the salt of the sea roots that reached them. Today, adobo is the dish the whole country claims as its own. No two kitchens make it the same way, and no one minds. Because the vinegar keeps it, it travels well. It is packed for long journeys, carried out to the fields, set on the family table on ordinary nights and on feast days alike. It is not special occasion food. It is everyday love, made to last. Serve the adobo with a mound of hot white rice and a spoonful of its dark, glossy sauce poured over the top, the way it has always been eaten. Adobo is the rarest kind of recipe, one that has survived conquest and renaming and centuries of change. It survives because it was never trying to be impressive. It was only trying to feed the people who loved it. And the table, at last, is set.